Evil Reincarnate by Leigh Clark, narrated by me, the Wrathful Proser. Prologue. The Malediction. Venice, 1594. He could smell the evil now as he approached the narrow doorway. His heart grew cold with the fear of it. He stopped and looked once more at the world outside, the Grand Canal in the distance, gondoliers and boatmen calling to one another as they passed in the night, a water-dark mirror under the stars. He listened to the church bells ringing out across the city. Then he moved through the doorway and into the room. The light inside shone dirty gold. A thick candle sputtered atop a human skull. Melted wax dribbled into the hollow sockets, and grinning mouth like the corrupted flesh of a plague victim. The bearded young visitor thought of the plague and crossed himself, then turned to the room's sole inhabitant. He seemed old beyond understanding or belief, his skin withered parchment, his hands spider claws. He scratched at a faded manuscript unrolled across the top of a narrow writing desk. He looked up with his yellow cat eyes at the bearded young man standing before him. "There is blood on your hands," he said in a hissing whisper. "There is blood on your hands," he said in a hissing whisper. "Another one is dead," the young man said. "I did it with her as you commanded." The yellow eyes narrowed. "Do not come into this house with blood on your hands. I do not wish to have the Doge's men question me about things." "But what about me?" The young man's voice rose. "What will they do to me? There were those who saw tonight. I had to flee for my life. I did not choose to come here." The old one smiled. "You serve me of your own free will." "My will is no longer my own." The young man lowered his dark eyes. "I am damned in what I do for you." The other raised a raven's quail to his lips. Fine words coming from the mouth of a hired murderer, a common assassino. "You kill eagerly enough for Count Ludovico Contarini, noble member of the Doge Signora. Your tender conscience does not shrink from that." The old one's eyes glittered with malice. "And yet you feel reluctant to do the bidding of a humble scholar such as myself. Contarini's a vicious pig, but at least he is human." The old one laughed then, a high, sinister sound, like the breaking of glass inside a tomb. The young man drew back from the evil laughter. "Besides, Contarini possesses that which I desire more than anything in this world." The laughter stopped. "A common exchange, but a spider's claw pointed to the ancient books and manuscripts about the room. "I offer you something more rare and wonderful than all the gold of all the ages." The old one leaned forward, dark robes falling onto his desktop. "I offer you the secret of immortality, the transgressions of souls from one life into the next. Throughout all eternity, you give me the blood of others, and I give you in return eternal life." "I do not want," the young man said, "your eternal life." "Ah?" The old one's yellow eyes regarded him with curiosity. "Eat this object you so desire." "You know what I want." The old one smiled, pointed teeth glinting in the dirty golden light. "Ah, yes, La Contessa, the lovely young Countess Contarini, the fair Alessandra, wife of the man whose murders you so willingly commit." The smile vanished, and vanished. "A man who sits on the Signora and the dreaded Council of 10. A man who could condemn you to a slow, agonizing death in the Doge's torture chambers with a mere nod of his head." The young man paled beneath his dark beard. "I cannot fight Contarini and his great power. I cannot take her from him. But you can. You can give her to me." The old one sat motionless as a mummified corpse. Then he said, "For her sake commit his murders and mine." "For her sake I would do anything. The spider's claw laid down the raven's quill. Then you shall have her. He nodded. My thanks, master. I will do your bidding with a glad heart. He looked up at the old one's yellow eyes. And I will never again enter your house with blood on my hands. He bowed and left the room. You shall have her indeed, the old one thought, watching him leave in this life and the next. He folded his spider's claws together, and when the time is right, the fire will have you both.